Tell me what you wanna be. Hey, good morning, chap. Goldie already looks like it wants to skyrocket. It already had a small little reversal play over here. As price broke below support, we had like the sellers kind of got trapped and then price kind of pushed up for a bit. Overall, it's kind of choppy. But we would like to see price start moving. You know, we got support over here. We got resistance. Up over here. We got some clean range on the left hand. Oh, actually, no, that's done. That clean range has already been corrected. Yeah, that was the range. That was a range from since the Asia session. Price is still moving up over there. We took our buy this morning. Price still had a bit of room in there too. It had like about 60 pips. But yeah, I think like because price is still overall in this kind of like bullish momentum, we could probably still see price continue to move up. Possibly till the all-time highs. See here on the daily. What did we tap yesterday? We said 3,800, right? So we got to see like 37.90, 800. 37.90 to 800. Right to the T. This was like our kind of like a zone. You know, these areas, they're like zones. They're like zones. It's kind of difficult to like just pick one sometimes. It's like a whole zone over here. So you see we got like 37.90, 800. So we tapped right into 37.90 and then price pullback. That was pretty nice. That was our HDF analysis. So for today, what I think price is going to do is going to maybe look out for 3,800 this time. Because now that's well within our range. So we could probably be heading up to like 3,800. Past that, I don't see anything like too interesting, you know. That's the next psychological mark, basically. And then we're going to start moving up from the 80s. Going to start moving up to the 90s over here. So yeah, chat, watch out for that. I think, you know, there's pretty good probability we keep moving up here today. But it's quite interesting. It looks like we got some sell-off since Powell spoke too. Didn't really watch his talks. But we got Powell spoke. We had Trump speaking. Hey, what's up, Moj? Good morning. We're already at 3,800 on futures. Yeah, futures is ahead. Good morning, Shalu. Morning, Crado. Morning, Soy. Welcome, guys. Morning, Kevin. As always, Jay in the chat. We got Woods, Tall Trader, Ellie. What's up, guys? I'm looking for shorts on GJ. Okay. Hey, good morning, Angie. Hey, Franco. Yeah, so we got a... Let's see what GJ is doing. GJ is up 0.06%. It's still trading below 200. Low volume. Not a lot of decision in this market. So you really see the importance of macro fundamentals now. Well, when the instrument has nothing like to bolster it, then it's not going to go anywhere. This is why people say like trading should be, you know, something like 80%. It should be like 80% fundamentals, and then the rest of the percent, you know, that's going to be the technicals. Because without the fundamentals, there's nothing you can do technically. Correct? Like price is not going to go anywhere technically. So I don't know why people are still trading GJ. This is just like, just kind of like write this off. This is like a car crash here. Just gotta write it off. You know. Look at these wicks. The amount of wicks in here. They all look nice. 1 minute buys at pre-London Open. It's a bit interesting today. Wait, let's see what we got on the forex factory. This is like mid of the week. All right, so it looks like we don't have any fundamentals. We just have a couple of orange folders. Orange folders up for the month over here. I think I can hit like 30%. Yeah, we definitely got time. But nothing right now. Only trade I took was a buy over here. It's like a shotgun play with some clean range on the left hand side. Just expecting volume to continue to push price upwards. And now we're accumulating. Pretty big accumulation here. So Goldie is definitely gearing up for a move. It's like a 70, let's say 80 pip range. It's like an 80 pip range. Got a ton of accumulation here. This is a goblin central over here. This is where the goblins are counting their books, counting the orders. Do we hear buyers at, wait, what price are we at? We got buyers at 37.75. Buyers at 37.75. Do I hear sell at 37.75? 37. See, the goblins are doing all the work here. And then when price starts to move, it's gonna start distributing. It's gonna start distributing. Wingardium Leviosa. Let's fly, gold. Let's go. It's quite interesting to see who is selling gold. Like, yeah, you can get away with gold sells for sure. But if you're being extra careful, you'd only be looking for buys at this moment. But it doesn't mean you gotta write off the sells. You can still get the sells. It's just I feel a lot better with the buys. Every time I get a buy signal, I'm like, yes. I haven't gotten a sell signal in a minute as well, which is good. My last 5 trades were all buy signals. So, you know, those are like high probability trades. I saw that drop but missed the buy. Sad about it. And it opens kind of slow here today. It's on the 15-minute. Yeah, there's like an hourly resistance there. Price came down and then it had like a smaller accumulation here. Create a support, little liquidity grab, confluence down here. Started breaking above resistance and then moved up. It's like a shotgun entry on this hourly candle. Right over here. Candle broke above resistance, rebroke the highs, got some room to continue moving up bullish. Nice little dynamic support there in the SMA. It could be forming like a kind of like a market fade. The way it moved up like this, create a support, and then starts to re-break these lows off the hourly. I mean, there's definitely like still bullish momentum in the market. Like we're still at all-time highs. Look at the way the daily candlesticks are closing as well. Like right back to back. You know, got back-to-back bullish candles like this. Still on the way up. But volume's kind of died out here for the London Open so far. I'm scalping sells. I've got that bit. Oh, okay, that's Architect. Alpha FX. Yeah, Vic, don't read private messages. Yeah, my brain, it's working too fast here. You know, I don't have time to even see what the context is. I'm just trying to get through it quickly. Get through the comments so I can read everybody's comment. So what are we looking at here? I think we should all be just looking at gold consolidate. Let's say today's first trade. Oh, nice. Yeah, those like Asia session buys came in quite nicely, eh? You got in quite early as well. I was still in... wait, when you took this buy, what time was that? See, that was... Okay. Yeah, I was dreaming at that time. Gold is moving up. Yeah, that was a very nice trade here yesterday. Those buys were crazy. Look at that scale out. A little partial here. A little secure up here. A little cheeky secure. A little cheeky runner. Look at this thing. I got into a buy at 5:15 p.m. Now it's stalled. Yeah, you got caught in consolidation, sir. This thing is like it's like when you're gonna start up a car, an old car that takes a while to start up, you know? This is a really nice accumulation though. It's pretty big. Definitely gonna go somewhere soon. See, COMEX Gold Futures poised to test resistance at 3,800. COMEX Gold Futures, alright, futures closed today with a bullish candlestick pattern on the daily chart. This positive price action, along with the rising relative strength index. Oh, they're using RSI over here. Oh, what is this? Suggests bullish momentum is growing. The commodity will probably make a fresh attempt to close above 3,800. Oh yeah, I dreamt about gold. That's what I dreamt of. I dreamt that somebody was buying a kilo of gold. Weird dream. And I was just wondering, like, yeah, I dreamt a friend of mine was buying a kilo of gold. Well, my friend's girlfriend was buying a kilo of gold. And I was just thinking to myself, like, where's she gonna put that thing? You know, like, where can you keep that thing safe? Gold has once again eclipsed Indian equities, marking its 4th straight year of superior Diwali to Diwali returns. See, Safe Haven gold tops Nifty again. Silver joins the festive surge. Oh yeah, man. Like every time I got Diwali and these festivities in India, like gold goes up. Buy a lot of gold. Gold's 4-year Diwali to Diwali winning streak against Indian equities has been impressive. Given the current macro environment, the metal could extend its outperformance for another year, though equities may start narrowing the gap. See, foreign brokers are turning more bullish. Goldman Sachs has projected bullion could approach $5,000 an ounce if investors shift even a fraction of their treasury holdings into gold. Wow. Higher for longer. Let's go. Let's see. Chris Wood, global head of equity strategy at Jefferies, has raised his long-term price target to $6,600 per ounce, citing historical ratios and rising U.S. disposable income. His call comes as gold touched a record of $3,700 this week. I love that bullish exuberance. Oh, 3,700? Okay, next 6,600. But yeah, I mean, 4K is already my target for the year. Yeah, I think we can definitely get to 4K. Has extended its outperformance over Indian equities. Oh, okay, nice. Silver is also doing well. Silver's on its way up. You know, as it goes up over there, I think we're going to see price first go up and then come down. It seems like it's the trend of silver. If you look at the higher time frame. So yeah, silver should also keep rising this year towards the end of this year. We should just be moving up bullish, especially on gold. So, you know, we get September, then we got October, November, December, last quarter. So don't feel FOMO, don't feel like you're missing out. You know, if you're still learning to trade, that's okay. You don't have to feel like you're rushing yourself, because, you know, when I started trading, well, I was trading during COVID. Man, and during COVID, so many people are like making a lot of money, you know, because there's a lot of volatility, there's a lot of volume. And I was just like, damn, I'm just learning right now. So I could imagine how it is for other people. Already profitable. But you see, you're going to get your shot. Like, you're just going to learn this year. And then the next year, it's always going to be repeatable. There's always going to be something that you can leverage off in terms of volume. So during COVID, I had to sit back and just watch all those moves play out. Imagine the FOMO that I felt during COVID as a new trader. You know, because COVID was like a black swan event as well. It was like unpredictable event that happened that shifted the whole market. It was crazy. I think during COVID was when a lot of people actually started trading. Hey, Style, thank you. Congrats on the 40K. Let's go, guys. 40K. Road to 1 million. Need to show Bugatti soon. Yeah, if I show Bugatti, I think I could get like 50K more subs quickly. Quick. See, that was a really good setup, but okay, I was on the charts. 1 minute, still want to see HTF, but price didn't wait. Ooh. Yeah, this would be nice. Distribution over here. What color is your Bugatti? I got a pink Bugatti. I got Skittles in my garage. Damn, son, 40K. I feel like only a few weeks ago we were celebrating 30K. Yeah, and thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys for like engaging with the content, liking the streams, watching the streams. So that's good. Definitely helps the channel. Helps push it in that algo. Yeah, this thing is trying to distribute. Kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulders here. We got left shoulder, head, right shoulder, small little liquidity grab potential over here, and then for price to start breaking above resistance, 37. Oh, we got 777. 777, pretty nice number there. So once we start breaking above 777, that's a 7 heaven, right? 7 heaven. So we should start going to the heavens then at this point. Once we break above 37.77. Would love to see price push right through that 77 area. Yep. It looks like it's gearing up for it now though. We're only up on the daily 0.35%. Take profit where just before the all-time highs? think it looks like it's already kind of in a small distribution. The way it's moving up here. Wondering if it's from this area right here. Are you gonna look for a buy there? I think I'll wait for it to break out first. Because yesterday, you know, we got Powell speak. Instead of price moving up, surprisingly, we moved down. So it's quite interesting why we moved down so much. Look at this candle over here on the 5-minute. Pushed down like 247 pips. We getting a Skittle Bugatti soon? Yes. Not just one, two. Yesterday there was that. I saw like what Undertale was trying to sell his Bugatti. Said it's a horrible daily, or not even a daily. There's a lot of problems. A lot of problems with that car. Well, I don't know if it's trying to sell it, but he mentioned a few things about it, which is usually the case with these cars anyway. But they are sick. Saw a video of Speed yesterday in a $5 million Valkyrie, I think it was called. $5 million car, but look hella uncomfortable. Probably more comfortable in a Toyota Civic. Let me see if I can find it. Look at this thing. Look at him. Look at him. $5 million, brah. What color is your Bugatti? It's like, god damn. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I wonder why it's like shiny like this. They put like diamonds on there on the outside, or what is that? Probably not real diamonds though, of course. This is like some... Yeah, that's what you get. That's what they call, they say beauty is pain. So when you get yourself a Lamborghini, not a Urus, but you know, these fast cars, beauty is pain. Especially if you wreck it. Or you gotta change a wheel, which is like $10,000, $20,000. Range Nation. We might actually just range for London session. I don't know why. I feel like it's a London session range day. You're like every day you get like a different characteristic from the market. Today feels like that though. You're always better with a Porsche in terms of problems and maintenance. Ferrari is crazy expensive. I remember a friend asked to take his car to revision because he was out of the country. It was a simple revision. Oh, 2200. Yeah, then Porsche is quite nice. True. That was 10 years ago. Look at the wicks. Notice how the wicks are setting up here. Look at these wicks. So many wicks. Yeah, this area here is kind of cursed. The distribution will be big from there, from this. It will be. The question is like, will it do it properly? Or will it fake out? You know, it's quite interesting. Like, price has already come up here once to the wick. You see, we still haven't broken the wick though. Look at how close we came to this wick. That's why we say wick breaks are very important. You know, you rather get in late to your trade than too early. Look, that was like 0.8, 0.7 pips, and it still didn't break the wick. It came exactly at that wick and then reversed. See like how efficient the market is? These are like these price points. So you always got to be patient. You know, if you're afraid of missing the move, then it's gonna cost you more in the long term. It's gonna cost you more in the long term than actually, like, let's say if you want to get an entry here and then get your entry here, right? Getting in too early is gonna cost you even more in the long term. Because, you know, the problem is a lot of people are trying to get the best entry. They want to get that exact entry, but they don't know even getting slippage on that entry and confirmation is better than getting in too early. Because you can't get the best entry, you know. Also, different brokers have different price points and, you know, different conditions all around. There's no such thing as a perfect entry. You know, that's just kind of like made up. You just gotta get your confirmations and then take the trade. The more years that go by as I'm trading and building my experience on the charts, the more I realize there's so many like made up things. So many made up things by like retail traders. You know, when I keep seeing these entries and these plays, it's such a different way of trading than I ever thought that I would be trading. You know, as you're gaining more experience, because you can, yes, have a strategy and you can be profitable, but you still need to build that like experience in the market, like to like fully understand your setup even. Because like even if you got a profitable system and you're taking your entries, right, and you're being consistent, you know, you're still learning about your system. You're still learning about like why it actually operates like that. You know, so you first want to get into the phase of actually just consistently executing on something, then the rest will just follow. Then you gotta start to see the market like in a different light. Like, oh damn, it's interesting. Kind of like breaking some preconceptions of what you thought it was. Like this morning's trade, for example, you know, like some people maybe gonna think this is a bit risky here for a buy, but for me, man, it was like pretty straightforward. And I think it also has something to do with locking in, like locking into the times that you're trading. Because if you fully understand that the time you're trading has volume, you can get away with a lot of these moves. You know, I took a buy here. Let's see what happened. Yeah, then price came back down and then it went up to hit TP. That's pretty good. What I'll say is don't be afraid of the market. I think that's what it is. Like when you're gonna paper trade something and then you start executing on it, you lose that fear. You know, some of us still kind of like fearful when we take trades. So over time, you just gotta give yourself, you gotta be patient with yourself. Like that's just gonna go. That fear of taking positions. You're not in a trade, but you're long. Yeah, but taking a position here, definitely I would also be kind of fearful because, you know, like this is range. Like you don't really know what it's gonna do. Although I am long as well. I am long. Got that 8 SMA holding candlesticks up, small little rejections. See if we can re-break these highs, then you're probably gonna see more of a confirmation. You see, the probabilities will only start to spin, the wheels of probability, when you actually start to break key level back over here. But if you don't break, we're still in the gulag. That's gonna be quite interesting here at this point. See if it breaks. I remember already one time last week it was gold was kind of stuck in a similar range like this, and it broke like twice and faked out. It faked out, then it only broke at the I think it was the New York session time that it finally broke. So we're just gonna monitor this because it could break and then come back in. So you kind of just gotta watch. See German 40. Price is crippling up on 1 minute, making HTH and HL. I mean HH and HL. HTH. What? That's my trading chat up line, Vic. What line? I say it to my wife often. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, look at this. Price is coming up here. I'm not in a trade, but I'm long. Are you serious right now? My wife has most of the time change of character. All right, gold. Where are we off to now? It wants to break out. This thing wants to break out, but it looks like it's gonna whip. It looks like it's gonna whip above this 777 level. I don't know why. Something suspect about this PA. I would like to see it first break through and then kind of like respect that zone. Start moving up. Okay, it's really trying. Oh, okay. So did we break yet? We broke it slightly, just like by point something pips. Nothing too big of a break though. Man, but order's about to get disputed. Let's see if these goblins can pay off these wizards. Slightly broke. You see, it's not a strong enough break. These market wizards need to get paid. Good book. If you have not read The Market Wizards, you gotta read that book. Or like listen to Audible. Yeah, very slight break. Let's see. How many pips is that? Like 0.6 pips. There, it's like getting a stronger break now. Let's see if it can actually follow through. Because it's a 0.8. You know, if there's going to be like any kind of a distribution, it's coming out of this zone. Right? So this would be the overall accumulation. Expecting it to distribute further on upwards. So we just got to watch here, see what it does. Well, 5 minutes about to close. About like 2 minutes. Could be waiting for the 5 closure. But I don't trust it. I want to see it. I want to see it break out first properly. Are you in a buy yet? Nope. When everyone's selling on resistance, you're buying, and when everyone's buying on support, you're selling? No. When price is when price is moving through a level, I'm buying with price. Because, you know, for me, like, I want to trade with the market. So I'm following like where the market is going. I'm not trying to speculate on what people are doing. I'm trying to see like, what is the market doing? You know, are we breaking levels? Are we respecting levels? That's how that I base my trades. It's the same idea like this. Like if you see price moving upwards, you know, the market, sometimes you just have to be in the right direction. Like it's not about anybody else. It's just about the direction that the market wants to go. So you just kind of like going with it. Because right now, if it's breaking the highs, technically it should just move up, right? But if you're trying to outsmart the market, then what you're going to do is you're going to take a sell over here. So that's you just kind of like anticipating it's a fake out. But you say the market is telling you something different. That's moving up bullish. So you see, you kind of like make things up in your head that it should sell here. Because there's a resistance. That's kind of like, now that's something you've made up. But you see, you're trading now what you feel and not what you see. Because for me, I see candlestick is moving up. And then it's just a probabilities game. You know, it's a probability for this candle on the next candle here to open up. What's the probability? It opens up, creates that bottom wick, and then continues to move up bullish. You know, and if it doesn't do that, then you got to see, okay, so how can I manage my risk here at this point? You know, how can I manage my risk? And you see how it's coming down now? It's creating a bottom wick. That's perfect. But still low probability it moves up until it also re-breaks the previous candlestick highs. Because it breaks the previous candlestick highs, that's going to increase the probability that it can move up. Correct? So that's how we're going to look at it. What are we on? Oh, 0.40%. Yeah, now if you can like push up and kind of respect the zone, then maybe that could be something interesting. Like if we can just create a bit more structure here and then continue to move up bullish. "30-minute close above." I'll be right back. Stage 1 pass, first time happy. Let's see, last 30-minute close above the last resistance. That's why I took a buy. Oh yeah, got 30-minute close above resistance there. But yeah, I think even the closure would have been good for the break, the re-break of the 30-minute highs after the candlestick there closed. Also, because you'd have had a wick as well. If you didn't want such a big stop loss down here, you could wait for this candle first, create that bottom wick, and then re-break the highs. Because the idea is like price should not come back to re-break its lows. Because at that point, you know, you're just gonna get stuck in a fake out. If a candle was to reflip here and then, you know, come down like this, then that becomes a wick. You get stuck in the range. Yeah, this is kind of the area that I want to see price respect now. If we can create a bit of structure over here and then prove to me that it wants to continue moving up bullish. Because what I'm trying to avoid is a situation where it comes back into this range. Right? And then only break out during the pre-session time. Trust me, like the moment you're okay with missing moves is the moment that you're going to find more consistency. But if you're not okay with missing moves, then you can't trade. Because it's more important to know when not to trade than when to trade, right? Because you know, if you want to trade, if you know when to trade, then the market will always show you a signal. So it's more important to know when not to trade. Can't you use the accumulation at the lower level to have this top accumulation as a breakout? Yeah, but it's too soon for me, you know, because like the way I'm seeing these candlesticks behave, I'm not too convinced. Especially with maybe if we're like moving up bullish, but you see like with yesterday's price action, instead of moving up during the New York session, price had come down. You know, but if we're still moving up, let's say like you see what happened here. This was on Monday. Still moving up like this, that would have been like a different story. So I'm wondering why price came down like this. It's kind of like lost a bit of momentum there. But we're still bullish. If you look at the daily, we're still overall bullish. But you know, just gotta be cautious. You gotta be cautious like a rabbit, you know. When a rabbit senses danger, you gotta quickly run back into the hole. So you come out, rabbit's gonna come out. It's gonna come out slowly. It's gonna sniff around. The moment it senses just even a bit of danger, rabbit goes back in the hole. So you know, you gotta be like a rabbit. Because, you know, as retail traders, we're the prey. We're not the predators. As much as we want to be the predators, we kind of like the predators sometimes. But for the most part, we're the prey, right? For the most part. That's why the majority of people actually fail in trading. If a majority of people won in trading, then we would all be predators. You know, it feels good to get away with it, but never forget, the market is in charge. It's like eating up some people here. Taking out some lows. A little bit of a liquidity grab situation. Small liquidity grab. Gonna wait for a bit more structure. How much did it push on the break though? Did about like 22 pips. 22. Let's see if we can respect it, you know, because it's not gone anywhere yet. It's still hovering in this area. It looks like liquidity grab if it pulls up like this too. It's still respecting this. It's still kind of like in the general vicinity here. So we haven't really had the distribution yet. Right, we haven't not yet had the distribution. It's still at point A, so you haven't missed the train yet. And it's okay. You got to be okay with missing the train at the same time. But at least for now, it's like kind of still within the same area. See if we can actually set something up there. When do you accept new members? We always accept new members. Look at these wicks. It's trying to respect that area. It's trying to respect this area. It's doing like small break and retest on that zone. It's trying to push up because the 5-minute just closed bullish, but it's kind of volatile. It's like the sellers want to come in here heavy, huh? Look at the 5-minute here. We just rejected. Closed bullish. Could be like a false support too. What's this? My new setup. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got like 3 monitors here. That's all you need, really. Actually, all you need is 1 monitor, to be fair. This is pretty good. Let's go. Is there a whiteboard behind here? You're like Space Angel. No, I think, is that a wall or a whiteboard? Man, Space does all his fundamental work on a whiteboard. I haven't seen him in a while. I never write anything down. Because, you know, it takes like every day there's always some kind of a new news. Also, like in journalism, you know, when the story is out, it's only new for a bit and then news gets old fast. So the only thing is, like, if we're expecting rate cuts, for example, we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait till we get them. Didn't you say that Space Angel is actually a famous BMX rider in his country? Yeah, man. He's pretty good on BMX. Got a lot of interesting people who watch the stream. Got one guy here who used to work at a... Damn, I always forget that hedge fund. Is it Goldman Sachs? Well, we always get a bunch of interesting people come in anyway. All you need to win in the market, 3 monitor and a big bunny girl cosplay goth girlfriend. Holy... JP Morgan. Yeah, exactly. JP Morgan. See, now this is coming back in again. Yeah, but I kind of wanted this high to break though by 37.79. Would have been much nicer to get like some kind of PA over here, like some solid, you know, some solid structure, like a good burger. It's gonna look like a burger over here, and then this is gonna be the top, like a nice juicy burger. That's gonna be the bun. Then this is also gonna be the bun, and then price to break above this area like this. Yeah, I think that would be pretty nice. But I don't like this kind of like impulsive buys just right off the rip, because of the way volume has been behaving recently. Just need a commitment of 100%, Goldie. We don't want to stay in between the buns. No, we don't want to be a Gordon Ramsay idiot sandwich, sir. What are you? An idiot sandwich. An idiot what? Okay, let's see where's that Gordon Ramsay idiot sandwich. Gordon. Yeah, I gotta show some pictures here in case someone doesn't know. See, this is why we don't want to be in between the buns. You want to be an idiot sandwich. Alright, see, he's coming back in. But I think, like, if we can get the setup there, I'm not gonna take it like... I'm gonna wait very patiently for something that I really want to take. You know, right now it's still flirting with the idea for buys. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is if it sets up something here. I wouldn't want to set up something here because there could be an entry that comes in at 37.78, but I'd actually prefer to come in a bit later. But let's see, 0.37. I think in terms of trading, I'm done for the day. Already reduced my lot size so I can just paper trade. That's exactly what I do as well. Now I'm just going to try and reduce the risk if I'm going to take another trade. Thing is, like, how are we breaking this level, you know? Because I think that entry might actually come in sooner, but I don't want to take it right there. It's like giving you the hard entry. See what are we currently sitting at here. Let's go on the 1 minute. Yeah, it would be exactly at that break. So slow compared with NY. Yeah, I think it kind of depends, you know, like sometimes NY can be slow too, but NY, you know, there's a trade-off with NY. With NY, you have to always be cautious about the fundamentals, about the news, because you got a lot of red folders. At least we don't. You see, you got to navigate a bit more in NY session. Creeping up on the 1 minute HH and HLs. It's cooking something up though. You can see with the wicks. Question is what? I really don't like this PA though. I don't like the way price is chopped. You see how it like break above the highs? Like this, you got a wick up here and then you got some wicks over here. It's kind of like spinning. It's like a small fidget spinner here. So that's what I was kind of hoping, like for something a bit more concrete above 37.79. But the issue here is the first distribution would be coming in from here, potentially here, this general region. So you got some rejection wicks right here too. You see candlesticks just pulling up, right? Once it breaks these highs, it could, technically speaking, continue pushing up bullish. That's kind of annoying because if something sets up here, then you have to kind of be cautious about the previous trades that happened down here, because the market might look to mitigate these trades again before pulling up. So the break above the highs could be the retracement first and then continue moving up bullish later. So I think what would be nicer to see is, because it's already kind of formed the structure here, like if it just breaks and fails for a bit, maybe comes down, take out these lows. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. Because this is happening down here, but I wanted this to happen up here. Because it's not like... Look, the buys are super great, and I think price is still going to move up here today. You know, the question is whether it's going to be the London session that makes the move, or whether that's going to be pre-New York. Pre-NY or NY Open. Yeah, this would have been kind of interesting. So just gotta watch. Trading is a whole different psychological game when you're not trying to make up for losses. Yeah, when you're not trying to make up for losses, you're like very patient. And you see the charts more clearly. And it's a lot more stress-free. That's why we say, like, you know, just manage your risk. That's the number one thing. Because you don't want to put yourself in a psychological point where you're chasing a loss, or you took a trade, you're not super comfortable with that trade. Then you're gonna start saying, damn, I shouldn't have taken that trade. You know, those are the things that you're trying to avoid more than anything else. That little psychological aspect of it. You know, because if you're profitable, you're profitable. You're gonna make it back, but the question is, do you want to work hard or do you want to work stress-free? You know, because I know if I take more riskier trades, fine, I can make it back. You know, but I don't even want to put myself in a position like that to begin with. Man, this is cooking up so nicely right here. Probably going to give you a nice little liquidity grab confluence. Through like little break of the lows over here, and then starts to pull up again, break those highs. Let's see. Oh, it disrespects and distributes to the downside. Oh man, that could be like a really nice fake out here. Where the 1 minute is breaking now below support. Get this candle here to close. Then re-break these highs. Sheesh. Push up for the new hourly. Oh, we got new hourly open too. Yeah, thanks. It's like the hourly bottom wick that's been formed. Man, Goldie, why'd you have to happen right here? Let's see on the hourly. Where's that going to be the hourly? Oh, hourly will have to reflip first. Then break those highs. You know you're enjoying trading when you're talking about it like it's food? Yeah, it is. It is quite a juicy move here. I hope it doesn't play out. Sometimes sometimes I actually wish my trades don't play out. I just wish they kind of fail. I hope this one fails and breaks the lows. Yeah, it's breaking the lows. Yep, come back into the gulag. There you go, Goldie. Back into the gulag we go. Giving these buyers here a hard time though on the higher time frame. See how it's really struggling for them. That's why you say when you take a trade and it's like a struggling trade, it's usually a losing trade. It's gotta be like some kind of a losing trade. Take a buy, then it consolidates on your entry. Damn, there's definitely a shock in the water. Look at the way these wicks are behaving right now. This is what I'm being very cautious about. Because you know, it's one thing getting a profitable trade when price is moving okay, like this during the pre-London time. But it's another thing getting a profitable trade when price is moving like this. Because you see, now you gotta really maneuver all these whips. So it's a whole different ball game now. I had a feeling this is gonna be like one of those days where it's like faking out the range and then fakes it out a couple of times and then it comes back in and then breaks during New York or pre-NY. But the funny thing is we don't even have any news today. Is that nice sells coming? Yeah, nice sells. It triggered the sell entry. That's the thing. It triggered the sell from this accumulation instead of the buys. So the break of these lows is sort of down like 10 pips. All the liquidity, but I think it's going to 37.72 zone. Does this make sense to you, chat? Write a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. Write a 2 if it doesn't make sense. Like, do you see what I'm seeing, or Or do you need something? Yeah, all right, good. Because I'm kind of gearing the level of, because you know there's some people on here who've not even opened brokers, and maybe it's their first time, like first week, first month trading, and then it's like you gotta like cater for those people as well. But you know it's very difficult. You have to, you know, the thing about trading, you have to at least do it for like 6 months, at least 6 months to understand some kind of movements, you know. Makes sense. All right, nice. Just small distribution back in here. Love you guys' analysis, but still believe HTF is king. Gear up for sells. You know what you gotta do? You gotta send in a chart. You gotta send in a chart here on Discord so you can see why you think HTF is a sell. It swept Sydney high, 37.7 range. Sydney high. Yeah, this was, oh yeah, that was the Asia high. Yeah, true. That was Asia highs as well. That's true. Like, also this beautiful trade that we took was also like an Asia high sell idea that we had not too long ago. See if I took a good, yeah, this was Asia high. Look at how beautiful this was. We had come up to like Asia high in this line by 36.72, and then price accumulated, and then we took a sell at the break. And then boom, and it just continued. It continued moving down too. So that was a very nice confluence. Notice the rejection wicks up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So many rejection wicks at Asia high. Nice confluence. Hey man, I have a question for you. Do you use a tool for volume or site like TradingView? Not really. You see the volume on the daily. You can see if like, you know, there's volume in the market, like what direction the market is moving. If you look at GJ, for example, you go on GJ on the daily, you can not expect that much volume because you see the way it's wicking a lot of these sideways movements. So yeah, I use that. I use the daily technicals and majority as well the fundamentals. So if we're getting like rate cuts or something's going on macro fundamentally, then I'm already naturally expecting volume. Just like also you see with the way Powell even got on yesterday. Powell spoke and look at the amount of volume that came into gold over here. Price moved down like this. And if he said something bullish, or like, you know, you're just gonna look at the daily. Like, look at this line over here. You know, do you need a volume indicator to tell you there's volume in the market when it's moving like this? You know, you just come on the next day and then take your buys. Take your buys because price is moving up. The best indicator I always say is the IYES indicator. That's the best indicator. You see right here, the IYES indicator, what it's going to tell you about the volume. You know, that's why I always say, like, if you can't read candles, you can't trade. You can't rely on some kind of a volume indicator to tell you to buy or sell. You know, just drive the car, man. Drive the car. Stop looking at the equipment so much. You know, if you're a Formula 1 race car driver, you're trying to drive the car. You know, you're trying to. You're not focused too much on the indicators. Indicators are for the guys who maintain the car. But you as a driver so much more capable. Am I right or wrong, chat? Am I right or wrong? You can have the indicators and the engineers tell you, oh, you know, this car has this limitation, blah, blah, blah. But if you got like a really good driver on the seat, you know, driver's there to break those barriers. You know, that's why I say you can never replace a human as a trader. So you can't use a robot. You can't use an algo. You can't replace a human, man. Yeah, same way as plane crashes, you know, some of those plane crashes where it's like, damn, guy should have actually died. We ran like a simulation on this. You know, the probability this was gonna happen was like very low probability. But if you got the right guy on the seat, on the driver's seat, then you know miracles happen at that point. So that's kind of like a way to think about indicators. Because you know, price action should come first before any indicator. Like even if your SMAs are going against you, just read the candles first. Because you know, if you get good at reading candles, it's the only not lagging indicator is the actual candle. Just on my website booking a flight right now, you spooked me. Such a W movie this is. Probably shouldn't watch it on the flight though. Can't watch Flight, Denzel Washington. This is so sick. Back into the gulag. Yeah, I love movies. Man, I'm the type of guy, like, if you want to watch a movie with me, I'll probably say I already watched it. It's kind of annoying. So annoying. Watch too many movies. That's a problem me and my girlfriend always had. She would be like, oh, I found this new movie. Have you watched it? And I'm like, yeah, I've watched it. But we can watch it again. Okay, thanks. I know how to read candles, but having confirmation would be great. You just gotta listen to that gut feeling. You see, my gut feeling here was telling me today that price, it doesn't want to move. It's most likely just gonna range in here for a bit. But it's very hard to listen to that gut feeling sometimes, because you already have to accept the fact that if you don't take the trade, which could be in your rules, but your gut feeling is telling you maybe there's not enough volume, then you really play the victim if you miss the trade. And then you're like, damn, I should have taken it. It was part of my rules. But I think over time, you're going to start realizing certain price action that's going to kind of warn you and give you a good warning. It's actually better to miss that trade than to take a losing trade on it. Because, you know, the thing about also being super consistent is it can work against you. You know, if you see a setup and then you just take the setup, sometimes that can work against you. So you always got to be somewhat cynical. Stress-free, ones that are easy for you, yes. Just those ones that like naturally find you, you know. The moment you start to see yourself, convince yourself that you need to take a position, it's most likely going to be a losing trade. Do you know that there's 100% chance of a person dying to a bullet to the head? What does that mean? Actually not. You know, like, if you're gonna kill someone a bullet to the head, you have to hit it. You have to hit like on the cheek area, like right over here. That's where you got to hit, because if you hit the other parts, you know, the skull is pretty hard. So you know, there's a higher chance they could survive this if it's on the head, you know. So it's like a specific area over here. If you're like a ninja, you got a ninja skills. You're mostly aiming for here. You're not aiming for here. Like a sniper wouldn't aim for here. They would aim for somewhere around here. It's a joke. Yeah, that's good. That's how you gotta do it. It's a pretty hard target to hit too. I'd like a 4-hour flip. You know, the funny thing is 4-hour did already flip. It did flip and it rebroke the highs. So you already got it. And now it's back in the range. Create like a false support. You see these false supports? Sometimes the market will do this. It'll create like a false support. Then people think, oh, nice, break and retest. Maybe they're going to think break and a retest here. Then price comes down. Then creates another false support right here. Get some more buyers enticed. And then price comes down. So instead that actually formed more of like a reversal signal. So you see instead it broke the key resistance. But then price started to consolidate. You got that reversal signal to come back into the range. So that's why we're monitoring this place heavy. Remember guys, like we're super focused on this area over here. It's because I knew this was gonna, like, this was a point A. I knew there was a good probability here. That's why it's like, man, I was kind of hoping we don't break these highs, because maybe the distribution starts from this point. But you see, instead of this happening, we respected the highs. The market chose the direction. You see, you gotta let the market choose the direction. It didn't break the highs, it broke the lows. Broke the lows and then it moved down. Retest and then continued to move down. Nice little reversal signal there. So the daily is not really trending much. It's only up 0.25%. Currency strength meter is showing a neutral dollar. Neutral dollar. We got neutral gold. Pretty good months so far here. At the beginning of September was quite difficult for me. Look at this. I almost had 7 back-to-back losses. Insane. Yeah, beginning of September was crazy. I had like 3 losses, then I had a win. And then I had another 2 losses. And then you just got to keep going through it, you know, because it could happen. It could have happened. There could have been a probability that would have been a losing trade. And then that would have been a 7 or 6 lose streak. Not 7, but 6. Almost had a 6 lose streak. But you see, that's the thing about strategies. You just gotta stick with them. You gotta stick with them. And then they kind of like sort themselves out. Because that's how the market is, correct? Like if you look at the way the market operates, it's not going to be profitable 100% of the time. There's always something. There's always something. Because, you know, like if you take a buy, you see for this buy here, I think maybe, you know, you're going to have a seller's win. Seller's win. So you're just trying to be right most of the time. Correct? But you can't be 100% of the time. So that's kind of like, if you approach it with that mental model, you already are going to be more well equipped to deal with certain drawdowns in the market. They're like, all right, so let me just keep going. Let me just keep going. The results are going to come by themselves. Correct? So you're going to see how this reflects a lot in life as well. Like in life, people can have challenges. They can be at their top of the game and then they fall to the bottom of the game, right? But they know if they just keep going, it's going to work out for them. Correct? Like, this is a really good movie I watched recently that explains that. It was a music based on a musician. Like, he saw at the bottom, he made it to the top, and at the top, he fell all the way back down to the bottom. Actually, should have died, should have had a very short life, a very short career as well. But he just kept going. He just kept going, and he had one of the longest musician careers. You know, like from the bottom, from the top to the bottom, back to the top. Because, you know, you just got to believe in your skill. You got to say, like, if I made it once, I can make it back again. It just takes, like, it takes discipline to stay on that track. Oh, what movie it was. It's a pretty nice movie. I don't know if it was Elvis. I don't think it was Elvis. I don't know. It wasn't Elvis because Elvis died early. Anyway. Oh yeah, it was Johnny Cash. Yeah, it was Johnny Cash. Watch Johnny Cash's story. You know, because, you know, like at the same time, so many people are looking for this trading advice and trading books and stuff like that. You don't always get the psychology in trading books necessarily. You're gonna get them in different types of books, different types of things, you know. It's like, it doesn't have to always be like a trading book. So watch this movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's so awesome. It's called Walk the Line. So you see Johnny Cash, yeah, he lived pretty long. I mean, for musicians, 71 years. Most musicians die around, like, you know, 40s, 50s, between that range. There's actually a chart of musician or famous people life line. You gotta see the age is just like 40. A lot of famous people died during that time. But that's a really nice movie to watch, Walk the Line. Yeah, but you know, for now we're just gonna sit on our hands and see what the market here does. It doesn't seem like it wants to pay our people yet. Bottom of the range and console might go up maybe. Yeah, bottom of the range. It's kind of like extended the range here slightly a bit more. It's like a 100 pip range. Anybody play the new Silent Hill game yet? Got it downloaded. I don't think it's too long. I think it's about 8 hours. Let's see. How long is Silent Hill F? Ooh, 12 to 13 hours. Yeah, it's not too long. Watched Gold last night. Awesome. Oh, you watched Gold last night. Awesome movie. Greed Will Kill You. With other movies. What other movies would you suggest? Oh, nice one, Ryan. Yeah, I knew someone would like that one. Gold is such a good movie. I love those slow burning movies, right? You just like, there's not a lot of, it's the more like a movie doesn't have to speak and they can make a great movie out of it, like my favorite movies. But watch Johnny Cash, watch the Walk the Line. It's pretty good. If you're into like those types of movies, you know, like Sinners as well is about music. Johnny Cash can give you maybe like a little bit of it's in the same line of Wolf of Wall Street type stuff. If you like those kind of success movies, I think it's pretty good. Even though right now you got W, some people still saying got an L when following you. That's true. That's true. You know, there's a famous guy in Wall Street who said even if he gives his strategy to the people on the ground, they still would not be able to make money with it. Even if you give someone a profitable strategy, they still might not be able to make money with it. Even if we take a profitable trade, you know, some people still get a losing trade from it. That's why you cannot escape the skill. So if you join the mentorship, you can definitely join and really come with a mindset of really wanting to learn the concepts, execute on those concepts. Did we already take Asia High? Yes. Asia High has been swept. Only the no stop loss strategy gets all W's. Got another fakie above here. A little bit of a fake out. Boom. Consolidate. Fake out. Break the lows. Bottom of the range. I gotta tell you, like when Powell comes on and price comes down instead of moving up, this is already quite suspect right here. This is why I'm being very cautious of the buys. The buys, you know, you can get it with buys early Asia, pre-London, but it's usually during the London that you have to be a little bit more cautious because most of the moves already happened by this time. Really nice clean range on this. Nice little fake out below support. Right there, kind of gave it away on these wicks. Clean range from here to here. Candlestick broke the previous highs. Clean traffic. Filled up the range towards resistance. Awesome, man. Look at that exit. See, such an awesome exit. And look what happened. Came back to retest you. You see this? Then you gotta wonder to yourself, why? Why come back here? TFX entries. It's like kind of like a swing entry over here. It's a swing entry model to the upside. And then you see the market knows this. The market knows this. It knows where those entries are. So you're going to hit your profit. You see the profit target's been taken. So you got like profit taking. And then the market's going to be like, oh yeah, we have these guys. Let's not forget about these guys. There's like goblins who are going to say this. Let's get these wizards out. Boom. And then continue in that direction. Trust me, like market's super. It's so intentional. It's so intentional. It's crazy. It's not random. It might seem random to some of you right now, but just trust me. Just keep putting in that work. Like in a few years, maybe in like a year. For some people, it takes a year. Some people, it takes a few months. You know, but I think on average, generally speaking, let's say generally speaking, 1 year is supposed to be like understanding stuff, right? And then the second year is kind of like implementing, right? And then the third year should be your consistent year, like just generally speaking. But, you know, some people can do it in like a year. Also, it depends on your ability to learn certain skills like this. I always assume like people like gamers can have almost like an easier time to understand something like this. But it's not, it doesn't have to be that you have to be a gamer to understand it, correct? Like, it's just, if you can find a way, because you know, the thing with gamers is when they do stuff like this, they're always kind of relating it to something that they do, you know? So you just have to relate it to something that you do. If it's going to be relatable. I think something like gaming it's kind of relatable to a lot of things. You know, you're going to gamify a lot of things. Depends on being sharp somehow. Yes. Remember, drink more water. Waiting on the new Witcher to come out. And it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's why I still play video games, even up till today. If I can find time, I still play video games. Because I kind of like owe a lot to video games. Like the fact that I played for such a long time since I was younger, and even now in my adulthood, it's like still teaching me every day, you know. Like everything I approach is like basically a game. Like life is just one big game. Just gotta get good at the game. Gotta find where the glitches are, right? Gotta find the glitches and then manipulate the glitches. Keep doing that thing that works. Usually in a game, it's the same thing. You find that one thing that works, man, you gotta milk that thing. You gotta milk it until it get patched. You know, until it get patched. The way I'm gonna get patched is if my broker says, "Hey, listen, you can't trade here anymore. So you know we gotta patch you now." So, you know, just like in video games, life also gets updates. You know, like on YouTube, man, there was a time YouTube got an update with their algorithm and they were trying to patch my videos for some reason. Then I had to say, oh shit, all right, so we got to figure this out now. Remember, that's why I took all my videos down on my channel. Because the algorithm was bugging. You're gonna see, guys, life is literally like a video game. In terms of talking about Witcher, best wishes from Poland. Welcome, welcome, Paso. Pago. Polish and Russian is kind of similar. Like, there are some words which they sound kind of similar. The price is breaking below support here. Got a range from here to here. It's 18 pips. But yeah, this is looking choppy. It's doing fidget spinner PA. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing come back into the range again. So it's like it fakes out the buyers, comes down for the sells, and then fakes out the sellers, and then comes back up like this. And then moves maybe pre-NY, NY open. So W for avoiding whips. Unless you're looking for sells, then you would have had a very nice sell confluence here on that reversal play off the consolidation. See any live news? Trump is a businessman and he's trying to force the world to buy American oil and gas at a high price. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. They say if it wasn't for Beyonce, Jay-Z wouldn't exist. I developed and back-tested a systematic trading strategy in Python. CNBC's Jim Cramer pulled out his Qatar in shock after GameStop rally. Needed 24/7 security. Man, you see that 9/11 joke, guys? Still milking 9/11. Difference between 9/11 and a cow. Can't milk a cow for 14 years. Still to this day. To this day. Like the good old days after 9/11 YouTube. Damn, there's like 9/11s happening around the world every day. Yeah, this is exactly how that is. You buying the dip, and then the second dip. Never buy when price is coming down. You gotta buy when price is coming down like this. It's just gonna keep going down. Then you're gonna end up in this waterfall over here. Let's see, what is gold doing? Yeah, it's still coming down. Looks like it broke a below support. Little break and a retest to push on down towards 37.67. Drink more liquidity. Hey, that's actually a good one. Remember drink more liquidity, chat? Ah, nice. Nice liquidity, that is. Yeah, I don't like oldie right now. It's not really directional. Just consolidating below that support. Might do another reversal play there. Just like it did up here. Just like it did up here. Might see something come up here too. come down here too. Little reversal play back into the gulag. But if you look at that daily, you know, like I would not be surprised to still see the daily end up by 3,800. You see, it's kind of like interesting here because we have this wick. It's a pretty long wick. Sometimes what I've seen is price respect this wick and then trade within an area like this. They kind of like lose some steam. So it's just something to be cautious about is this wick there in the daily. Well, we should still be seeing bullish exuberance. At least we're still seeing bullish exuberance up till here. Goldie's going down. Oh, did it not break the highs? Yeah, it's gonna have to break at least above 37.71 for this distribution here to play through into the gulag. Because it is accumulating below a key level of support. So they're gonna be like respecting these support level, previous support become resistance to re-break the lows and then to go down. Kind of like a little shotgun play. 1 hour bearish engulfing setting up. You got about 19 minutes for 1 hour closure. 1 hour is a market fade that we spoke about before. Price moved up like this, created that support, and then re-break the lows to move down towards like this next support. It's also kind of like an accumulation reversal from this area here. That previous 1 hour resistance, because it kind of broke above that area and then it's like accumulating here above that zone. You see, it's kind of like giving these buyers a hard time. Get like a buy wherever the stop losses might be, and then price consolidates and then starts to reverse on them. So yeah, we could actually see some further downside on gold. We're already this far into the day and gold is only up 0.16%. DXY also broke resistance. Let's see what DXY is doing. Oh, DXY is so wicky here on the weekly time frame. Jeez, it's like garbage. Garbage PA on the DXY. Is price not moved down yet? Even after the rate cut, still kind of holding. So I felt like there's an artificial hold on the dollar right now. Interesting. Yeah, it's distributing again to the downside. It's like the only distribution is playing out right now to the downside. I was mainly looking for the buys though. I don't see a reason to sell. It's like there's an equal amount of buyers and sellers in the market. Like if you look from this perspective, its price moved up. Even the 15-minute looks good. See, like price moved up right here. Then it's probably the same buyers who are also selling off at the same time. So that's why I noticed like a bit of consolidation from yesterday's PA. So it kind of gave me a hint of what to expect for today's PA as well. Because we're not really trending. It looks like buyers came in and then buyers came out when Powell spoke. So that kind of leaves us here with a question mark on the day. Until price, you know, until price creates a bit more structure. Hey, tall traders bringing out the German. Ja, und wieder Zug Umteller geslassen. Damn, it didn't even push that much. Only about like 10 pips. Need to see at least 16 pips here, Goldie. One minute ago, we got some news from Reuters. Gold holds near record high on rate cut bets, geopolitical tensions. Fed Powell treads tightrope on future rate cuts. Trump says Ukraine can recover all lost territory. Silver hovers near 14-year highs. So gold prices rose on Wednesday to trade near record highs scaled in the last session as growing expectations of further interest rate cuts in the US and heightened geopolitical uncertainty boosted demand, the safe haven. The rally is being fueled by lower US funding costs alongside a cocktail of investor concerns spanning overvalued equities, Fed independence, and mounting geopolitical risks. We haven't heard much of geopolitical risks though of late. Powell said that the central bank would continue to balance concerns surrounding weakness in the labor market and rising concerns on inflation. See, while Fed's official took stance on both sides of the monetary policy path divide. With geopolitical turbulence and economic uncertainty driving safe haven demand alongside growing expectations of a dovish Fed, it's like, you know, it's always the same kind of like keywords here. So we're still predominantly seeing more bullish PA. Like we should still be seeing candlesticks move up even today. You know, we should see price continue to move up bullish until the PA starts to say otherwise. Hey, good morning, Kraken. Could retrace to 37.63, 37.63 or 37.56, then go up. 37.63. If you're looking at the hourly time frame, yeah, we could. The hourly has some clean range. It could even be a bearish day, guys. Like that daily could still reflip. I mean, we're pretty weak. We're weakening right now, 0.18%. But yeah, it's well within target. I think like for the hourly, because you know hourly here is about to close in like about 12 minutes. Then what you'd expect is that the next hourly will open, create top wick, and then continue to come down. Kind of like respect this area here as a break and a retest. And then come down to kind of like mitigate the buyers from this area. It's like the Asia session time. Because you're like the market doesn't necessarily always going to leave you in a profitable trade. It will look to come and mitigate that area. So that's how you're going to find yourself. The longer you hold a trade, the higher probability it becomes that you're going to get back the profits. Look at that liquidity grab. Damn, Goldie. Holy. See the way it just broke? Did you see the way it just broke? Candlestick opened here on a 1 minute and just pushed down like 12 pips in a few seconds. No top wick on the 1 hour. But it did a small little cheeky liquidity grab up here. Oh, I think it took out the accumulation play players. Did it? No. Well, maybe if you had a 16 pip. No. Did I see 16 pips? Yeah, I didn't. It came super close though. That's usually my maximum for like stop loss. If I'm planning on scalping an area like this, stop loss and take profit. So it looks like I did a cheeky little grab over here. It's like tried to do a grab here. Like very intentional. You see how we explained like how markets are so precise? They're so precise. Look at that. With the entries, with the stop loss placements. Because if you think about it, there's no reason for price to do this, correct? There's no reason for it to come up, create this long ass wick before coming all the way down to retest the support. And look at the way it perfectly hit that support zone here. Because we had a bit of clean range. I think it was about like 19 pips. Now I can reverse, I think, from here. It's so precise. So, but just besides the market participants, if you start looking at it in this perspective, you gotta see like the market has its own sort of like mind. It kind of moves because it's too efficient. Like it kind of moves on its own regard. But if you think about it from a very mathematical, perspective, a very like closed book perspective, then for you maybe something like this cannot be possible because you'd need actual market participants to move price up. You need buyers and sellers and buyers and sellers, and who would be the one to make these efficient moves all the time. So you can think about it very differently also the way you approach market. Maybe you can even say that this was an entry over here. There was a buy entry that potentially failed. But yeah, the way I like to look at it is it moves based on its own volition. Like that movie from The Big Short. Dude, she shorted the housing market and all the math made sense for him that, it was supposed to come down, but the market was not budging. It's like it had an artificial hold on there. And it's like, damn, what's going on here? Could I have been wrong? Eventually, he was right. The economy also needs to eventually correct itself. It can have artificial holds when something happens just to protect it for a while. But eventually, it's going to need to do some kind of a correction or a bailout. So you got to wonder yourself, if it's possible in that capacity, why do you think it's not possible in a lower time frame capacity to be kind of like artificially moved? You got it? Let's see what you get. Sell? Oh, to buy. Oh, you cut the buy. Nice. Yeah, that's it. That was the move right there. Could only move from that resistance, that breakout, small little break and retest. Looks like it wasn't a reversal play because we did not break the highs. Again, notice what happened. We didn't break the highs. What did we do? We ended up breaking the lows. Then the shark tried to come in, ruin everybody's party over here. Coming pretty close to these resistance points. Just take people out and then move down. But that was a 0.8 area right over here. Just the same way as there was one right over here. But I'm not looking for shorts at the moment. See, pretty nice sell-off here. Pretty nice sell-off here too. It's a bit of a shocky one here too. Notice the way like price moved up like down the 1 minute and then just quickly came back down of this area. So there's a bit of a shock here. You can also see that. You see the pattern? Look at the way these candlesticks look like tweezers. That's the kind of like, that's the boogeyman. That's a shark. Because you're going to have some days where you're not going to have a shark in the water, right? And you're going to have less chances of such things like that affecting your trade. And then some days you're going to have more of a chance of a shark in the water. That's why when I came onto stream, I could already feel like there was a shark in the water here. Especially with the way it's behaving. We first had resistance up over here and price broke above and created false supports and then created like a false narrative that it wanted to move up. And then it ended up moving down. Right? And you can see it with also with the wicks here on the 15 minute. How the wicks were starting to build up like this. Usually they're catching people in drawdowns. Catching people in drawdown when you see a lot of wicks like this. So it's a whole different type of like price action if you look at something like this compared to something more like that, correct? What would play out at the moment for you? Going and buy soon? No. Because buys right now, the daily is only up 0. It's back to 0.17, 18. So if I'm looking at this, I'm seeing even sells. Maybe today you could catch some pretty nice sell confirmations too. But it's like, it's not as straightforward. It's not as a straightforward day. You have 1 minute oversold plus 5 minutes support plus 200 EMA. Looks good and price is not trending today, so pretty good probability on reverse there. Oh yeah. Here's a push. True, it's already at the bottom of the range. So then you most likely see people profit taking down here at support. Now it's like the next resistance gonna come back, probably come back into this range. I also feel like this is the main area that price wants to hold. That's why we're seeing a lot of this like buying and selling activity right here. So probably come back in here, but you see the market it's indecisive. There's no directional bias. That's how it broke above these highs and how it starts broken above these lows, but it's not going anywhere really. It's like some small little scalp moves here and there, but it's not going anywhere. Can this be creating a bullish expanding triangle? Oh, you have to send a chart. I had no idea what that is.
We don't do that here.
See what Bitcoin is doing. Not much. Still holding 113. So futures. Ooh, futures looks nice though. Oh, that's a weekly. Let's see the daily. Daily opened a small gap at the bottom. Futures already at 3,800. See, like, you see how these levels are like magnets? Because if you're taking a sell here, and you got your next support area down here on the 5 minute. See, it's like a magnet because it's gonna look left. You know, candles always gonna look left and see what their buddies did. So it came here and it said, oh, we had like some kind of a support being formed here. So it's like a magnet. It comes straight down to that level and then rejects off that level. But it mirrors what happened here on the left hand side, this clean candles. Now these wicks, you just got to be cautious about those pullbacks. But you still got clean candles here. Not the cleanest setup for a sell though. See if it still respects these highs. Came pretty close. Man, gold down, please. Are you still holding the trade? See, for gold to move down, it needed to get through the support. Unless you're basing your trade on a higher time frame. Oh, even the 15-minute pulled up like this. Unless you're basing like on the hourly, because it just got a new hourly open, so you still gotta create hourly highs and see if hourly respects this area, and then it's a reflip and come down. It's gotta get through some key levels here. Also got that 8 SMA trading against that 8 SMA. It's choppy, man. Like, you're trading the trenches right now. So it's not going to be easy. Look at this. Potential inverted head and shoulders here too. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Boom. Break above resistance. The 4 hour wasn't having the flip. But you see, it already had a flip before. When it was coming up here to create that false support above resistance. This 4 hour had already been bullish when it did that. And it was breaking highs. And then it created those false supports on the 5 minute that led it to also move down. On the 1 minute, you had consolidation was creating those false 5 minute supports. Consolidation breakout that now made it come down like this. Now it came down, it just tapped off some 5 minute support now. New hourly candle just opened up, creating potential hourly highs to continue moving down if it wants to move down. If it wants to move down. But you see, predominantly bullish price action. There's still nothing yet, unless, you know, if you see on the higher time frame something like price broke below support like this, and then we're kind of like respecting an area such as this on the HTF, there's still no reason to really think like overall HTF volume is going to tumble down. You'd be surprised to still see price move up today, but it's just not moving up now. Maybe it's just going to move up later. But yeah, I would say that's a 4 hour super important level over there to respect. You see really nice extensions to the upside. Really nice. Even the 4 hour is still getting support over here by that 8 SMA. So if anything, man, I want to see price move up. I want to see price move up today. Those are always going to be the easier trades. This 4 hour time trying to create a resistance. It has about 56 minutes left on it, but I think some brokers already closed. Go on Wanda's 4 hour, they have like a doji, a bullish doji, which looks like a wick fill. Potential wick fill. So we just had a new 4 hour open there. But on FXCM, this thing could still reflip. We got like this last hourly candlestick. But even if it creates a resistance, we're still in bullish territory. Next candle can still move up and move. You know, whenever you're moving with volume, these levels here, they're meant to get disrespected. Or these resistance points. Whenever we're moving up with volume, which you can see on the 4 hour, we still have a lot of volume. And look at this candle over here. This is like... It's like 400 pips. Like 420 pips, 420. Got a 420 4 hour candle over here. $420. Back into the gulag. Very short-lived plays. If you look at it from a general perspective, people who tried attempted buys this morning, got a fail. People who attempted sells, got a sell over here. Pretty nice clean sell. If you attempted another sell over here, this was kind of like a tricky area. It's kind of like choppy. There's a bit of a wick over there. Then there was one more sell over here, which also had a tricky wick to navigate. There's a big wick over there you had to navigate as well. Yeah, not easy. It's like opposite day. In a situation like this, it opens the door up to a lot of speculation. Because some people are going to speculate that it's just breaking to retest to move down. Some people are going to speculate that it's trying to fake out to move up. Not very clear. But if you're looking at this PA from this perspective, you got like a resistance here. And you have another range here. So this is about a 17, 18 pip range. One candlestick already rejected resistance. Yeah, this 5 minute here is about to close in about 3 minutes. Close above resistance and then to keep moving up. It's going to try and move back up here. Oh, it's just gonna keep moving. I also got that little inverted here. Still attempting to break the neckline. Kind of giving like a little bit of a kiss of death here on the 1 minute of that 8 SMA. Oh. Look at the way that thing moves there in literally the last 15 seconds. Just push down like 10 pips. Damn, wait, what's a 5 minute doing? Oh, that means 5 minutes trying to reject. What happened here? Price is kind of tricky there. Yeah. It's a tricky day overall. Or tricky London session. Not tricky day, like pre-London was alright. Pre-London was quite straightforward here. You know, just like price was moving up. And then we got like a shotgun play entry. Shotgun play entry on this. Break of the highs. For price to continue moving up bullish. Clean range on the left hand side. Still expecting bullish exuberance at that time too. But now you see as more candlesticks are printing, you're starting to get a better idea or feel for the day. That's why I usually say like pre-session times are the best for like, you know, you kind of get these cleaner moves. And then from the London session up to New York, it's kind of setting the tone for the rest of the day. Let's see what happened. Did it close? It did close above resistance, like very slightly though. by 37.70. You still need this high to be somewhat broken, but getting a lot of pullbacks here. This pullback, pullback, pullback. Small close below resistance, not even a solid close above resistance. So it'd be better even for this to create like a new resistance, because I think this candle did close above this one. That's going to create a new higher high and then get more of like a proper closure above this area that price can try and move up again. Was that short 70.2 again? All right, let's see. You want to take a short 70.2 and stop loss 72. That would be right here. All right, Godspeed, sir. Come downtown. See how the 1 minute is doing? You kind of like in a small little range there though. You really want to see price start to break these lows by 37.69. Because I think this thing can go either way at this point. Break above here. We're going to go up. Break below here. Oh, nice. There you go. At least it broke below. You're in the sharky water, my friend. You're in the sharky water because of these wicks. You see these wicks? Yeah, when you see wicks like this, gotta be cautious. Gotta be real cautious there. You gonna short now? Me, no. Just gonna watch. I wanna protect my capital over here. You know, until I get a solid movement. You already know what we've been looking for. We were looking for those buy entries today. But you see price is consolidating. It broke above. We were looking for buy entries. Didn't give us entry. Came back down. And now it broke below here. And it's creating like some kind of resistance. It's really choppy. You see there's like no sense of a direction over here. So when there's no sense of a direction, I gotta like sit on my hands. Still got a couple more bullets left for the day though. And we don't have any forex factory fundamentals, so this is quite nice. So we can just focus on just taking our trades without a worry of news. Let's see what we have. A Thursday, we got unemployment claims 30 minutes into New York open, and then we got core PC price index. We'll be waiting for that jobs data to come out. Those are important red folders. But still keep an ear on the ground for buys, guys. Like, I still think price on gold can start moving up bullish. Maybe it's just gonna move up bullish towards like pre-NY open. Just be patient with it. Xauusd job openings on next week. No, next week we don't have anything too important though. Just Xauusd jobs openings, but you know, nothing too important, I guess. Nothing, no talks. And let's see, Wednesday to Thursday, Wednesday to Friday, Wednesday. Oh, we got ADP. Yeah, for the rest of the week, which is gonna be the new monthly candlestick open from Wednesday. We got for October we have ADP. Next we got ADP and NFP. Unemployment claims. Just like clockwork every single month. What's that? I'm happy to not take another position today. I will if something juicy comes through. Yeah, you need that juicy burger. We don't want to be stuck in idiot sandwiches. Always take profit. Tall trader, where is your TP? Still moving decent. Push down, you know, pretty nice. Like 8 pips. 9 pips. Yeah, I was just watching. I don't see a sell. Wait, let me see on the 1 minute though. Yeah, there could be a little accumulation breakout here, but it's struggling a little. Just gotta wait for it to play through that accumulation breakout. It's giving it a hard time. Gotta get through that 8 SMA. Hey, some of y'all really can't help yourself, huh? You cannot help yourself but take a trade. Holy. Wait, what do you struggle with the most? Right in the chat. Let me see what chat struggles with the most. Is it? I think it's a patience thing for a lot of people. Did you take any trade today? Yeah, I took a buy. I took a buy here when price was moving up. A buy right here as price is moving bullish. And then ever since that buy, you see, because look, when I was trading, look at how clean the market was when I was trading. Look how clean it was. It was nice, it was directional. And then now look at what happened. You see, so you end up giving your profits back if you can't sit on your hands. Because, you know, you're not going to see this in hindsight. I mean, you're not going to see this when it's happening. You're only going to see it in hindsight that you've overtraded an area which was like a consolidation area. Mind holding trades, boredom? Yeah, boredom. You gotta wait. Trading's not supposed to be exciting. If it's exciting, you're doing it wrong. So it's a good thing that you were bored. Trust me, you'd rather be bored. Making money boring is the way to go. Like Warren Buffett says, get rich slow, don't get rich quick. We only offer get rich slow. Get rich quick never lasts. Nothing that comes quick really lasts in life. A lot of the quick things, they don't last very long. You gotta have that get rich slow mentality, that boring mentality. Because, you know, money is boring. It's not as exciting when you really start to dig into like actually making it. Easy come, easy go. Yes, sir. Wow, holy, that thing just pushed up in like literally a millisecond. It just teleported from here to here like 2 pips. Didn't even create a top wick. Wait, that's weird. There's no top wick on the... Whoa, you see there's a glitch here in the matrix. We saw through the window There was a small window over here. You see this candle? It closed with no top wick. There's no top wick on the new 5-minute open. Look at this. But if you go on the 5-minute, there's a top wick over there. It shows that it closed with a top wick. Small little imbalance. Man, there's a shark in the water. Sitting in the office surrounded by lemmings, happy they financed the latest iPhone, acting like that is living. Ooh, yeah, I mean, I was watching some reviews on that thing, the iPhone Air. It's like, it looks pretty cool, but they kind of like have to give back a lot. Like the speakers are much smaller, so audio quality, there's no bass in the speakers. But it's like the strongest. Surprisingly, I think it's the strongest iPhone's ever made. The iPhone Air, and it's also the thinnest one. That was a crazy video I saw. But I'm definitely not gonna get the iPhone 17, man. Like consumerism, just it's really annoying because the iPhone 18, they're already making the iPhone 18. So you never catch up. I love how people, these YouTubers that just buy these phones to smash them. Like, look, iPhone 17 versus hammer, iPhone 17 versus knife, iPhone 17 versus truck. Where's that video though? Can a drill go through an iPhone 17? Find out in this video. Yeah, this is the dude I was watching. Man, why was it so hard to find this video? Check out how this guy like tests this thing. This is an iPhone Air. Look at how freaking strong the iPhone Air is. This is how many pounds is that? Like 190 pounds. It still hadn't broken. 190 pounds of weight. So this thing's definitely not gonna bend in your pocket. Look, the screen is still not broken at this point. Yeah, my YouTube's lagging. Come on, YouTube.
Can't believe it's still alive. I hear something. The screen is still on, dude.
How am I streaming and I can't load a video? Make this make sense. How am I streaming at 1080p 60 frames per second and I cannot load past this freaking part? Finally. Yeah, look at this thing. The screen is still alive. Man, there it goes. Then it breaks. That's a lot though. That's a lot of weight. When is your when is your phone ever gonna be in such a pressure condition like that?
The front glass is totally shattered. Right there below.
Phone is still kind of intact too. You probably still use it.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy how thin and strong it is, though. I have to give that to Apple.
Smokes. That's how much weight it takes to break an iPhone X.
Their engineers are really doing some great work. iPhone 17 plus FVG. You got price move down here, so pretty nice. My stream is lagging? No, I think you're just lagging. Yeah, the stream should be fine. Yeah, congratulations, Tall Trader. Congratulations on that sell. So we just kept rejecting that resistance point. We couldn't get up above resistance. Respected resistance quite a few times here. Do you ever take your trades on your phone or strictly on PC? Strictly on PC. Most of the time on PC. It's kind of like, you know when you go and do your business, this is where I do my business. So I come here, I do my business. I'm on the charts usually for, I already need a couple hours to actually catch a trade most of the time. But you see, like today, nothing too interesting here. But every hourly candle, I can at least see some kind of an opportunity for a trade. So I'm just all this on my computer. There's no need to feel that FOMO when you're out and about on your phone to take trades. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that you actually miss moves in the market. So I'm quite okay. You know, if I miss a move here today, like the next move is just literally the next hourly candlestick. W40k subs. Thank you. Thank you. I've been trading for 2 months now. I'm always watching. Oh, nice. 2 months. Welcome to hell. No, I'm just joking. You gotta go. You know where you gotta go? You gotta go on a babypips.com. Go on babypips.com. If you've been trading for 2 months, you're still quite early. So this is like a really good university that you can go through, and it'll take you like from the basics. It's kind of a boring way to learn how to trade, but it is more structured. A lot of us just love YouTube University. It's a lot more fun to learn on YouTube, isn't it? But there's like, you know, a whole kind of like learn forex. You know, you can start learning here. It's gonna take you through like preschool, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, summer school, high school. So you kind of gotta treat it the same way. You have to treat trading the same way as well. Don't watch like these. I know it's more interesting to watch strategy videos on YouTube, but you're gonna be approaching them with a low experience. So, you know, Godspeed. I think if you keep watching this stream though, you're gonna get an amazing psychology on how to approach the market, and also in terms of like how to read candlesticks. Yeah, because like you need streams like this too to show you that waiting is okay. Because, you know, like when you watch those other videos, they're like 5-minute videos, they happen really quick, right? But you can actually see the real process on a live stream and the psychology behind that, which you're not going to see on a 5-minute video, of course. So, you know, it's okay to wait. It's okay to miss moves. That's fine. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. As I said, you know, when I started trading during COVID, and there were so many opportunities, but how could I have caught those moves? I didn't know, because I didn't know how to trade. But I saw one day, there was a day that I was trading GJ. I took a sell on GJ, and I got a notification from Twitter saying the Pfizer vaccine has come out. And then pound yen just skyrocketed for the next month. It was just moving up bullish. And I couldn't catch any of that, because like I would catch some buys here and there, but I felt like I was missing out more. Because every day I was looking at the chart, I'm like, damn, we've already moved so much. You know, but at the end of the day, you can't be a slave to the market. Like, just let the market move. If you're trading pre-London, London, Asia, just grab your trade, come back the next day and do it again. It doesn't matter if you took a trade today and the price moved up like another 700 pips. So I think understanding that is going to help you with FOMO. There's like an abundance of moves. I'm from Canada, so London session is quite early. Yeah, early bird gets a worm. So it's starting to form like a small little consolidation reversal below this level though. I still think the real move could be a buy, and it could be like a very strong buy, because we're still seeing overall bullish momentum in the market. You might see a pretty strong buy come out of this zone once it starts fully breaking above a 3770 area. Right, really nice range. If you look at on the 15 as well, you have really nice range on the 15 for price to keep moving there too. It's like, you know, 56 pips. So I think that's what people are kind of looking out for now, because you see it's starting to give us like a little, it's kind of breaking away. See, the more patient you are, the better the PA becomes. It's kind of breaking away from this area now. Although we can kind of use that as confluence for a reversal signal right over here. The more candles which print, the more we're getting away from just this general zone. This structure over here. Because this won't matter as much as what's happening right now. And how the market is setting up right now with the specific time that it will be looking to break, like maybe a wick like this. Maybe in like next 30 minutes when we get the pre-New York, pre-NY volume. It's just like there's no buyers yet in this market. Since the London Open, buying has been kind of weak. I think it has something to do with yesterday's talks. Trump spoke, Powell spoke. Oh man, another liquidity grab. Definitely a shock in the water. Maybe this 5 minute here, take out the highs. Because you know, when you're reading price action, you're not expecting price to do this. It should typically, if it wants to move down, it shouldn't be grabbing orders like this. You know, that's just kind of like liquidity grabs. I'm breaking highs. Yeah, I broke above this high. Slightly broke above the high and then came down. Slightly broke above this high and then pulled down. So we're kind of just waiting for Mr. Sharky here to leave. I'm out. GG's. GG, man. But when is Mr. Sharky gonna leave? Higher chance he's gonna leave in the next session. Pre-NY. Because even though pre-NY is not NY open, it's still a time in the market when there's gonna be volume. You know, you're gonna have your pre-London, London Open, pre-New York, New York Open, NYSE, London close. Hey, good morning, Troy. Doing pretty good. These are days where your character is really built. It isn't built in the days where price is moving and it's easy to catch. It's built on the days where you have to discipline yourself not to take a position. So look at it as an opportunity. Because you know, when you ask God for patience, He's going to give you an opportunity to be patient. So this is your opportunity right here. I'm in risky but small SL anyway. These are the trades you want to avoid taking these. I'm in a risky, but you know, it's a small SL. You know, I'm going to lose a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Like, the thing is, like, okay, it's amazing that you're managing your risk because price can go in your direction and you can maximize your profit. You can maximize your gains. But if you're really trying to find consistency, if you're not yet there, you know, you can leave this for later. This will be fine later on. But if you're not yet there, you need to build the confidence first to actually practice, like, you know, a good discipline, a good trades. Every time you take a trade, it's like, damn, this is the trade that I want. You know, so you're willing to see that through the end and not just start like half-assing it. And if you get a bit of drawdown, then you close the trade. You know, so if you're really trying to find your consistency, you have to stick with those setups that you're 100% sure about. Because these trades are going to come later, man. Trust me, like the impulse entries and all of that other stuff, they can come later. But what you have to work on for sure is building a edge for yourself, like a routine. Corrective expanding triangle. Ooh, bull market. This is the expanding triangle you spoke of. It's what gold was doing here. That's yeah, it looks like, it kind of looks like it. Some higher highs. So you got touch here, B, D, and then A, C, E. Then to bounce here and then to go up. Oh, nice. Yeah, because I want to see price move up here as well. I want to see it move up, start break above that wick by 37.71. This is for bear market, this for bull market. worldcycleinstitute.com. Ivy, could you clarify which of your videos outlines your 0/minimal drawdown trade strategy? I'm working through them, but if you can recall, it would help. It's in there, buddy. It's like, it's the ones, basically it's a strategy that I trade, right? It's a consolidation breakouts, but they just play out differently. You can't always get a 0 drawdown strategy, right? It's like sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it, but there's a higher probability that you're gonna get it. So, you know, you just gotta focus on these plays, especially when they line up with a shotgun. You see, like, also this lined up with a shotgun entry consolidation and also lined up with a shotgun entry. So increase the confidence for the trades. The swing entry models, they can still have 0 drawdown, but if it's purely just a swing entry with no consolidation inside of it, it might have less steam to move up. Because what consolidation is, it's an accumulation of orders like a rubber band and then a distribution. Correct? So if you got a shotgun with or a swing entry with this happening, there's a higher probability that you're going to see like less drawdown. Ooh, price coming down. Town. Yep, no, it's not a bullish day. Definitely not bullish character of gold. Usually on gold's bullish days, we would have already been moving up here. Like this support would have been respected and then price would have already started to gear up to really break these highs and then move up bullish. So we're definitely seeing a change of character here for the day on gold. We might not even see 3,800, but we gotta, you know, market's gonna do what it's gotta do. But for now, it's not convincing me that it wants to trend bullish. We're already down 0.09%. And it's not going to take much at this point for the daily to reflip too. It just needs to push down an extra like 40 pips. How can someone know where that will go because it's always making new higher highs and low? What Well, for me, what I'm doing is I'm just watching, you know. I'm watching for now until I see something interesting. But you see, it's still moving down. And if it just keep moving down like this, in the next 20 minutes, you know, that hourly can just keep pushing down as well. Because remember what we said, like hourly just broke these support levels. Could have been just creating the hourly highs, potentially over here, to fill up this range on the hourly. So that looks like what's just currently playing out. It's kind of like a shotgun play on the hourly. Candlestick close below support, breaking the previous lows, showing a lot more bearish momentum. So if this hourly kind of respects the zone like this, doesn't push too heavily down, then we can even expect the next hourly open to continue filling this range here on the left hand side. Because that will become the targets here for the sellers in the market. Right, break below support, and then this will become the target. As someone who is up 23.49% up this month, I can wholeheartedly tell everyone this stream is actually all you need to master. It gives you a 2-year target to get in. Risk small until a small percentage big. Oh, nice. Thank you, Woods. Yeah, I feel like this month gave a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities this month, especially for the buys. I reckon I definitely did take more buys this month than I did take sells too. Currently on a 5 buy streak. Oh, I had a small streak of sells here too, like a 5 sell streak. With 2 months, I was on the market 10 hours or more. I mean, that's great. Putting in that chart time as well is pretty nice, isn't it? We said like in your first 2 months of trading. Oh yeah, because we got a new guy here. Said he's been trading for 2 months. Yeah, exactly. Like 10 hours. Same. I used to be on the chart like basically the whole day. Basically the whole day, the whole night. You'd wake up charts, go to bed charts. But it's good. Like in the beginning, you kind of have to do that, right? You put in the grind because you kind of thank yourself later for it. Because you get a lot more of that beginner stuff out of the way. The more you grind, the faster you can at least level up. The more you can see what works, what doesn't work, or get like different perspectives on markets. And then just keep leveling up quickly like this. But you can't cheat the process. So yeah, definitely the hours will have to count towards all of that. You can't cheat time, man. One thing you can't cheat is time. No matter how fast you want things to happen, everything happens on God's timing. And you know, because you don't see the plan, you know, there's some things that need to happen. Like just trust the journey, because you know, maybe God wants to see you get to this point, but to get to this point, you have to go through certain ways. There's like a kind of like a map for you to go through. So you want to go through it like this straight. But you know, if you go through straight, maybe it's not as good that if you came in like this. Because you know, that builds your character, it saves you. So the time that you end up here, you're more stable. So that's usually what it is. When we start trading, we're like, oh man, we want the straight line trajectory all the way to the goal. Correct? But you're going to see in hindsight, when you actually achieve it, you're going to realize why all those obstacles were there. You know, there's a reason those obstacles are in your way right now. You can't understand it now, but you're going to understand it later. Wow, look at that rejection. 15-minute just pulled up right there in the last few seconds. Came down, took out the lows. Definitely a shock in the water. And it's hanging around for quite a while, eh? Like, it's not moving anywhere. It's probably waiting for the next high volume time to try and open up a bit, pre-NY in the next 15 minutes. Was that trials and tribulations of trading? Clear view and focus? Yes. Yeah, that's today. Open candle. That's why it did react like that. The shark is not budging. See if I can bring this up. Do you have a routine before you begin trading, like set of rules before you hit the charts? Not really. I found out like meditating and all these things that don't really help. You know, the market doesn't know if you meditated or not, or if you had breakfast or not. It only knows if you've been disciplined. You know, the whole idea behind also like manifestation, people think a lot of visual, and it's good to do it visually, but at the same time, you have to put the work in. You know, like you can only get the results that you want from putting in the work that you need to put in. Right? So I don't really have a routine. I have a strategy and something I'm looking for at that specific time. So my job, it doesn't matter if I've been drinking. For example, let's say just hypothetically, if I was on a bender and I was drinking the other day, it doesn't matter. I can't come onto the charts hangover. It's obviously going to reduce the performance, but as long as you're there and you're doing what needs to be done, you will be successful. You know, that's why you're going to have some people who are like low-key degenerates, right? Like I know a lot of, especially where I live, stories of radio presenters, and they have like, you know, their own drug. They're like, you can be like a drug addict, for example, but you're still a productive drug addict. You still show up to work and you still get the work done. Correct? Like there are people like that in life. Like they might have substance abuse problems, but they show up to work and they get the work done. So, you know, it always comes down to like, how good are you at doing that? Correct? So that's, if the end goal is money, that's what you have to do to get the money. The money doesn't know a difference between a drug addict or someone who's not a drug addict. Just as an example, it's just an extreme example. So once I realized that, I stopped doing like Wim Hof exercises. I stopped doing candle meditation. I stopped doing binaural beats and just started putting the work in, because the market didn't know the difference. It didn't know the difference. All it knew was like either this guy is following his rules or he's not following his rules. That's it. So my daily routine is like I literally wake up and straight onto the chart. Straight from bed onto the chart. Because I know within that hourly candlestick, I can at least get one move. So yeah, my job is just to be there for that move. And if I'm not there for that move, the market cares more about that than if I meditated. It's going to be like, oh, so you decided you're going to sleep in today. All right, bet. There's going to show you the move that you should have taken. Then you're going to come and be like, oh, damn, I should have been on the chart. It's going to say, yeah, you should have been on the chart. Where were you? Right? Then you say, okay, no, but I'm here now. Then you're going to take that one trade that you shouldn't have taken, and that becomes a losing trade. So I know a lot of us have been in this situation before. We've come onto the charts, we look back at it, and we're like, damn, my move actually happened, right? You're going to look back and say, damn, I wish I came early. My move happened. Then you're here now, and then you take the trade, and it's a losing trade. That's what the market cares more about. How consistent are you at showing up at a certain time and executing on a certain strategy? Functional addicts. Yeah, one of my favorite radio presenters growing up was a functional addict. And I used to wonder, like, how does this guy wake up so early? You know, he did like the breakfast show. And I was like, damn, this guy's like always awake. I used to wonder, how do these radio presenters always show up on time? Then I later saw a story about him. He was actually a functional addict, which is crazy. Because some people who are not addicts can't even have the discipline to wake up and perform. And he was like one of the best radio presenters in the country. Possibly still is. He's like a maverick. So you see, it's like all discipline. But of course, you don't want to be a functional addict. Just want to be functional. Hey man, is buy valid when support is created at the 30-minute? Hey, thanks for the sub, Riz. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you leave a like if you found like some value in the stream, if it helped you with your patience, help you understand the market when it's choppy, because you know today we had really choppy conditions, lots of shocks in the water. But I'll leave you with this. I think like price can still have a pretty good run above 37.71. You know, so watch out for that. I think that's when the volume is going to be coming in, because the 15-minute looks clean and we just got a liquidity grab down here. You have a liquidity grab here and you got some clean traffic on the upside. I think with pre-NY leading up into that NY time, we can start to see more distribution, more directional bias. But having that said, guys, I appreciate you tuning on to the stream and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.
No time for this slip, homie. Now we bout to dip.